Hello, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your prediction for June 2026. It is a collective general reading. So as messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it's meant for someone else to hear. And please check your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. And if you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said now, let's begin. Tapping into the Virgo collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Virgo need to know for June 2026? What do they need to know for June? Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. In the heart of your spread, we have the High Priestess. In the top row, we have the Chariot. We have the Lovers. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. That's you, whether you're masculine or feminine. The High Priestess is clarified by the Five of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. In the bottom row, we have the Knight of Swords, we have the Empress, and we have the Seven of Swords. Sneak peek now into July. Can't believe I'm saying July. Two of Wands, the Death card, and the Two of Cups. It leaves the Six of Cups, the Magician, and Three of Wands, the Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck. All right, let's begin to clarify this. I'm using the After Tarot deck. If you're not familiar with this deck, the images are a bit different, and it does alter or change the meaning of the cards, but we'll go through them as necessary for your reading today. For Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements, for June 2026, we are clarifying the Chariot, the Lovers, Queen of Pentacles, Five of Swords, the High Priestess, Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Swords, the Empress, and Seven of Swords for the Virgo collective. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Chariot is clarified by the Tower. The Lovers is clarified by the Sun. The Queen of Pentacles is clarified by the Two of Swords. The Five of Swords is clarified by the Page of Cups. The High Priestess is clarified by the King of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune is clarified by the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Swords is clarified by the Five of Pentacles. The Empress is clarified by Justice. And the Seven of Swords is clarified by the Six of Cups. Sneak peek again now into July. Two of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Four of Cups. That leaves the Emperor, King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. You have an offer here in the month of June, and the reason why I say that is because your overall energy here in the month of June is High Priestess to the King of Cups. Now in the After Tarot deck, the King of Cups is dumping out the cup, dumping out the offer, whether that is an employment offer, a job offer, an offer to join a community group or a political or religious organization. That cup could certainly be someone asking you out on a date, so it could be some kind of love offer. For others of you, there's a connection in your life that you're considering walking away from, whether it is professional, platonic, or romantic, but you're trying to go within to make this decision. The feeling here is, I don't feel emotionally balanced enough to make this decision. That doesn't mean you're not emotionally balanced. Don't click off of the video. It's just when it comes to this one decision, it's so personal to you that it's like, I don't want to get my emotions involved, because if I get my emotions involved, I may make the wrong decision. Instead of leaning into your intellect on what I should do about this, you're going a step better or a step beyond. You're saying, I have to go within, not to my feelings, but to my intuition, my High Priestess, to determine whether or not I want to accept this. Top row, we have the Chariot to the Tower, the Lovers to the Sun card, the Queen of Pentacles to the Two of Swords. Here's your decision. You have a decision. I'm going to try to slow down the channeling because I have a lot of messages coming in. Otherwise, it all comes out like mud. So I apologize. I'll try to slow it down. There's a decision here that you need to make. Lover's card is the ultimate choice card. Chariot is about whether or not you want to move forward with it. You're not quite sure. Lovers to the Sun card, if this would make you happy. But it looks like you are making a decision, because in the After Tarot deck, the Two of Swords, the decision has been made. Five of Swords to the Page of Cups is the offer. You seem to be mentally conflicted as well as emotionally conflicted. And in the bottom row here, we have Knight of Swords to the Five of Pentacles, the Empress to Justice, and the Seven of Swords to the Six of Cups. there's a feeling here of if this offer is coming from a past experience, a past entity, a past person, I think moving forward with it, I'm just speaking like you, I might be sabotaging myself by revisiting this. If it's a new offer, the feeling is this is oddly reminiscent to something I experienced in the past, and therefore moving forward with it might actually be some type of self-sabotaging behavior on my part. So you're very unsure about the decision, although I do see you making a decision. Let's see what this is about and what decision you're making. Remember, tarot, I'm just doing an energetic read here, so please do not allow this to dictate what you actually do. I would lean on this reading more for guidance, if for anything else, okay? High Priestess. Tell me why the High Priestess is here. Tell me why the High Priestess is here. One more shuffle here. Thank you. High Priestess is clarified by the Eight of Cups, the World card, and the Five of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Three of Swords. Oh. You're trying to not allow your emotions to make this decision for you. But your intuition is telling you that as regretful as this is, the best course of action for you is to move on from it. I feel like you are at odds with your intuition. You know, it's like when your gut tells you not to do something, but your heart's like, but I want to stay in this. And your intuition's like, but it's not good for you. So your intuition is your higher self. And your higher self is saying it's best for you if you walk away from this, if you say no to this. And you seem to be struggling here saying, but I'm not necessarily sure I want to do that because at some point in time, I loved this situation, environment, or connection, or I had a great amount of affection or esteem or respect for it. King of Cups. Got a little emotional there, Virgo. My mercurial cousins doing me in already. 7 minutes into the reading. King of Cups. Why is the King of Cups here? One more shuffle. Thank you. King of Cups is clarified by Nine of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, and the Lovers. Bottom of the deck, Five of Wands. So now we get to sunk cost fallacy. You may want to Google that if you've never heard that term before. The feeling is, but I put so much of myself into this situation, this environment, this connection. Seven of Pentacles, I nurtured this, and it was my intention to continue planting seeds here. It was my intention to watch this grow. It was my intention to go the distance with this. And even though I'm wounded and I'm weary, and this has been quite disappointing, your mind is saying, but I don't want to give up on it. In the Lover's card, we have Archangel Raphael holding the Ace of Swords. And you're like, it's my truth, intellectually speaking, that I was in this for the long run. I made a choice to engage with this, and I'm not sure I can just walk away from it, but your intuition is saying it's not good for you anymore. So your mind is at odds with your intuition here when it comes to this one thing. Again, doesn't have to mean with everything in your life, just with this one connection. I think it's more of a connection-based reading for most of you. Again, professional, platonic, or romantic. And your heart is a bit broken by this and that Three of Swords. The mind is saying, I'm supposed to stay in this, and the intuition is saying, you deserve better. Let's clarify that Chariot. Again, it could be a job, it could be a business, it could be an association with a group. Certainly could be with a romantic partner. Maybe for some of you with that Justice to the Empress card, this could actually be a spouse for some of you. Could be family association or connection as well in that Six of Cups. Let's see what the reading reveals. Clarify that Chariot. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Chariot is clarified by the Strength card, the Emperor, the Three of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Cups. It was your intention to continue to move forward, as difficult as it was. And I think this, I'm going to call it a person, but again, I don't know if it's your boss or your neighbor, you know what I mean, president of the homeowners association, although I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that type of connection. But if given the chance to move forward with it, emotionally speaking, you would have. even though it would have taken you a lot of perseverance, a lot of courage. That's how determined you were to, we'll call it, can we call it the association? Let's call it the association, right? The association with the job, the friend, the client, the business partner, the spouse. You were determined to make this association work, even if it was, you know, clenching your jaw at times. The Tower. Tell me about the Tower. It's a lot of cards. We're not going to take them. I did see that Ten of Pentacles. And then we have the Page of Wands. So this is something that, again, you wanted success with. You thought you would be in this for the long run. One more shuffle. Thank you. Tower is clarified by King of Wands, Queen of Cups, King of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, Page of Pentacles. Well, that just kind of changed the game there now, didn't it? I don't read body parts if you see my readings before, but I have 2 kings and I have a queen. Someone interfered here with the plan. Okay, if we're talking about a group setting, someone came along and caused the Tower moment, caused the disruption. If we're looking at this in terms of a romantic partnership or possibly even a marriage, someone here had a third party, either you or them. If this is at work, you were in it to win it, and you thought that job or promotion would be yours, but someone came along and got it instead of you. So whatever this is here, you were looking for long-term sustainable results and long-term success with it. And there was third party. It doesn't always have to mean a lover, but there was an external third party that intervened and took the job from you, took the loan from you, you know what I mean? Took the friendship away from you or wreaked havoc within that friendship. And for some of you, maybe you stepped out on your person or they stepped out on you. When the information comes in or came in, it's concrete. In that pentacle, it's not gossip, it's not rumor, it's not doubt or fears. It's like tangible evidence or proof that there was interference here. That's what caused the disruption in the connection. You get to a point, or you will get to a point, I don't know where you are in the Virgo timeline, and I'm going to speak like you now, regardless of my dedication, regardless of my effort, regardless of my investment in this, all I could do is control how I showed up in it. I had no say on this external party coming in, you know, and taking the job from me, or taking the clients from me, taking the customer base from me, taking the romantic partner from me, you know, ruining the friendship, ruining the familial connection. Lovers. Clarify the Lovers. There's outside interference here that disrupted your plan. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Lovers is clarified by the Four of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Devil. Ooh, bottom of the deck, Knight of Cups. Clarify the Sun. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Sun, clarified by the Four of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Five of Cups. So, in the aftermath of the Tower, brings about this feeling of, there's a feeling here of rejection. There's a feeling here of loss. There's a feeling here of, I wasn't chosen. I wasn't selected. I wasn't good enough. I offered my cup. I put my best foot forward. And because of some type of toxic influence, third party, addiction, greed, my cup was not accepted. Or if it was accepted, it was given back to me. The Sun card illuminates this. So this thing that I held on to with a white knuckle death grip that I didn't want to let go of, in June, you're realizing I have to let go of this. The Four of Pentacles is met here by scorpionic energy of the Death card. And so the realization here is I have to let go of this. I fought the good fight. I was in it to win it. I was going to go all the way with this, but I have no choice. I have to let it go. Drop those 9 wands, the perseverance, you know, the determination to keep going with this, as wounded as I was. And I'm just going to take that Ace of Wands and have a new beginning elsewhere. I'll find another job. I'll find another friend group. I'll find another organization. In time, I'll find another love partner. Six of Pentacles, you are walking away from a situation that did not yield the result you were hoping for. And you're walking away. There's a feeling of, I really didn't want to do this, but I have to. And there's a little head held high here in this. You were invested in this. The Six of Pentacles is the moon in Taurus. So you were tangibly invested in this. But I always give a nod of the Six of Pentacles to Libra. And Libra is the house of marriage, partnerships, connections, relationships, contracts, whether it's professional, platonic, or romantic. And something here was not in balance. Something in the tangible world, you had proof, was not right or correct. And no matter how much you invested in it, it would not be right or correct. Queen of Pentacles. This is you, whether you're masculine or feminine. If you haven't seen my readings before, welcome. The way I read the 4 suits of tarot, queens exist in the present because they process the past. Kings take action. It's not hierarchical. It's not masculine versus feminine. It's just how I read a card suit. And so you're reviewing all of this and then making the decision. Queen of Pentacles. Tell me about Virgo's energy here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Queen of Pentacles, clarified by 5 of Wands, 10 of Wands, and the 8 of Pentacles. Bottom of that, Queen of Swords. Whew. Let's clarify the 2 of Swords, the decision. No matter how much effort I put into this, it wasn't going to work out. It wasn't going to work out because there was outside interference or addictions or some type of toxicity at play. One more shuffle. Thank you. And whether or not you participate in that, I don't know. Don't come at me in the comments, cross watchers. But whether you participated in it or not, it still existed. Like the toxicity here still existed. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the 3 of Cups. And we have the Fool. In June, again, please do not allow tarot to dictate what you do. In June, the feeling here is I gave it my best shot. I did everything I could. I want to be happy again. This clearly did not make me happy. And I'm ready to take a leap of faith. I'm ready to find another job. Again, friend group, community group, friends who become like family. If there's maybe something going on in the family. If it's love, I'll find love in time. The decision here is there was nothing more that I could have done to save this. And whether or not, I'm going to speak like you, whether or not I participated in this falling apart, I did my damnedest to hold it together while it was falling apart. While that tower was falling, I was still trying to hold things together. So if it's meant to go, if it's meant to leave my life, I'm going to let it leave my life. So this is a surrender. This is a surrender after review. 5 of Swords to the Page of Cups. Tell me about the 5 of Swords. Tell me about the 5 of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. 5 of Swords, clarified by 7 of Wands, 6 of Wands, and the 10 of Swords. Bottom of that, King of Cups. Wow, this is something you may not be seeing. The person, the people, whoever were involved here, they attempt to come back around in June. I'm going to grab some cards for you at the end of the reading. I don't do extended readings where you have to pay an extra $9 or $12. Nothing against the readers who do that. I just don't have the time for that. So I'm going to give you the whole shebang. So just hang in there with me till the end because I want to see what their motives are. But the person here seems to come back around in June, and suddenly now they're looking for victory. Suddenly now they're willing to fight to get you back at work, right? It's the client who gives up on you no matter what you did for the account, but now in June they want to come back and work with you again. It's the lover who stepped out on you, but now in June they want to come back to you again. I see you flat out denying them. Again, don't let tarot to dictate what you do, but the 10 of Swords is it's dead, done, and over with. At the end of the reading, I'll pull cards on that. Clarify the Page of Cups. Please remind me to pull cards on that. One more shuffle. Thank you. Page of Cups. Strength. The Emperor. So this person's going to approach you. 5 of Cups. This person's going to approach you. Wheel of Fortune. They're going to want another cycle with you. I'm so sorry I did that. Okay? So let's say it's work. you were up for a promotion, you did everything you could to get that position, and someone else comes in and gets the job, and you decide, you know what, I'm going to leave the company. I really thought about this, and I'm not going to just keep showing up every day and putting my best foot forward, and I'm going to continually get the shaft from my boss. Whether you give them the notice or they just catch wind of it, there's an approach here, again, just using that example from the boss saying, hey, listen, Virgo, I know that you're really upset that, I don't know, John got the position or Jessica got the position and you didn't. But we do want to offer you something to stay. We can't give you that position, but we're gonna offer you something like that. We're really sorry for what happened. We don't want you to go out and find another company. We want to retain you here. We're just, going to try to give you something else to compensate for that loss of the position. I see you saying no, absolutely not. If this is a romantic partner coming back around who maybe stepped out on you, I see you saying no. And I don't think in the past you would have done that, because in the past, it looks like you were willing to give it all to make this work. So something changed here in the way you internalize this and the way you process this. If it's a friend or a family member who's coming back around again, I don't know what transpired between you and them, but you seem to be a no. Like, I'm not second best. Just because it didn't work out there doesn't mean you come back here. Same thing, let's say you're a business owner in that King of Pentacles, and you had an employee leave you to go work for a competitor or elsewhere, and a month later it doesn't work out. Now they want to come back and work for you. You're like, no. So whoever this is, they clearly went in a different direction. I don't know if that worked out for them or not. Again, I'm going to pull cards, but it looks like now they're bouncing back to you, have another cycle with you. There you are in the King of Cups. They're trying to pull on your heartstrings because they know that you like them, or you have respect for them, or you admire them, or you love them. But after a lot of consideration, you are dumping out that cup. I didn't mean to give you the middle finger, but maybe that's what you're going to give to this person. I'm not cross-watcher friendly if you haven't noticed. Wheel of Fortune, which we had at the bottom of this deck with this person trying to approach you again. Wheel of Fortune. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. One more shuffle. Thank you. Wheel of Fortune, clarified by Ace of Swords, Two of Pentacles, and the Moon. You do not see this coming. I would expect we have Mercury retrograde, okay, towards the end of June. I don't have my calendar up there. I think it starts right around as we get into Cancer season, so somewhere around June 20th. The energy usually begins 7 to 10 days prior. So I would expect this person to come around anywhere from June 10th till the end of the month. Okay. June 12th, something like that, till the end of the month. This is what you don't see coming. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. Knight of Cups, clarified by the star. Now they want to heal the connection. They don't want you to leave. Five of Swords. Three of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have Ten of Pentacles. There's something valuable here about you. I don't know if you pay all the bills, if this is a spouse and you pay all the bills, or this person doesn't make money, or the person who took your position at work isn't really yielding the results that they thought. There's something like that here. This person sees like there's a value, there's an intrinsic value in you. Of course there is. But there's something here like now that they have the potential of losing that, losing what you bring to the table, now suddenly they want to tether themselves or retether themselves to you. So it's almost like you start walking away and they're like, hey, come back, come back. This is, the Titanic, come back, Jack, right? He's already let go, right? He's drowning. This is you, figuratively speaking. And she's like, come back. There's no coming back from this. It's dead, done, over with. If you wanted me to come back, you should have moved your ass over and made room on the door for me. No offense. All right. Knight of Swords. Tell me about the Knight of Swords. This is the offer of communication that you're receiving from this entity, from this person. One more shuffle. Thank you. Knight of Swords. King of Wands. There's that. Okay. Let's keep going. King of Wands. The Magician. Queen of Wands. Bottom of deck, Seven of Cups. Whoever took your position isn't doing that well. Five of Pentacles. The person's not doing well in the position. The friend who backstabbed you and started talking to the other friend, that connection isn't going well. The lover who left you for someone else, it's not going so well. The person who disrupted your business, things aren't going well. Now suddenly they want to collaborate with you or something like that. The employee left you for another company, not doing so well. Tell me more about this here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Five of Pentacles clarified by Four of Swords, Seven of Wands, and Judgment. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. And now suddenly you look like a great catch again. You look like a great friend. You look like a great wife. You look like a great husband. You look like a great blank. Because it didn't work out over there. Empress to the Justice card. Clarify the Empress. One more shuffle. Thank you. Seven of Cups, the Tower again, and Temperance. Bottom of the deck, King of Cups. You keep showing up as King of Cups. I know you're an earth sign, but you keep showing up in masculine energy, although Cups is feminine by nature. I'm going to be really frank with you as your mercurial cousin. This person wants to come back, but they're not going to stop looking for options to replace you. The company wants you to stay, but they're going to look for someone else eventually. The lover wants to get, tethered or retethered to you, but they're still keeping their options open, possibly even the person they left you for. I'm going to be real with you here, okay? This person suddenly wants to come back. They want to heal the tower, but look what's in the shadow of the tower. Options and choices, fantasies, delusions. Do what you want. Justice. Why is Justice here? One more shuffle. Thank you. Three of Swords. Now they want to heal the connection with you. Death card and the Ace of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Six of Swords. The replacement situation did not work out well, but this person will still keep their options open. You're the rebound or the default, but you're not the permanent. You're not where they want to be. You're not who they want to be with permanently. I hate to say that to you. Seven of Swords. There's deception here in this person's energy. The Six of Cups person that you know. Seven of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. Seven of Swords clarified by Knight of Wands. They're still inconsistent. They're still erratic. Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Six of Swords. This person's going to tell you they changed. They're not a Knight of Wands anymore. They're now a Knight of Pentacles. You can count on us. You can count on the job. We're going to do right by you. I know I screwed you over with that friend, but I'm never going to do that again. You were my best friend. I love you so much. I'm sorry I stepped out and I cheated on you, but this time it's for real. Hey, I know I screwed you over with the business, but we could still be business partners. We could still make it work. I learned from my mistakes. No, they didn't. Nine of Wands. This person never healed the wound within them that causes them to create this pattern. You're not the first person they did this to. You're not going to be the last person they do this to. And if you give them a chance, they're going to do it to you again. Six of Cups. Tell me about the Six of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. Six of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Page of Pentacles. So I see you assessing this before you move forward. They're providing you with the offer opportunity, and you're a little stuck here. And that Queen of Wands, you're processing everything that you experienced with them in the past. Let's look into July, because July, you're making a decision on this, okay? I just think what you don't see coming is the return. Tell me about July. Two of Wands, the decision. Death card, Two of Cups. Do I end this connection once and for all? One more shuffle. Thank you. Nine of Cups. Nine of Pentacles. The Hierophant. For some of you, that Hierophant, it means a lot to you. Okay. The marriage, the long-term committed partnership, the soulmate, the company, the corporation, the business partner, the community group, the religious or political organization. So here you seem to be trying to decide whether or not you want to try this again. Because again, Seven of Pentacles, you put a lot into this to begin with. And it's like, do I really want to start over at another place of business? Do I want to start over in another group? Do I want to start over in another romantic partner? 3 more cards on this. 1 more shuffle. Thank you. Ace of Wands. We're going to take it. 5 of Wands and the 10 of Swords. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Pentacles. God bless you. You say no. Man, they pull on your heartstrings. They know. They know how much they mean to you. What they don't realize is how much they hurt you. In the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, the 10 of Swords, the person's laying on their stomach. There are 10 swords in their back. The person's giving the okay sign. Okay. Astrologically, it's the sun in Gemini. The worst is over. Tomorrow's a new dawn, a new day. On the card, we see the sun coming up over what has been a very dark and treacherous period for this person lying on the beach with all of the acts of betrayal right in their back. But in the After Tarot deck, the person's on a gurney. The Ace of Swords, their truth is on their chest, sort of symbolizing like a cross, not to make it religious, but it's really like it's a burial at sea is taking place. It's dead, done, and over with. There's 1 sword on the person's chest. There are 3 swords on the floor, the heartbreak, and there are 6 swords behind them. This person is moving forward and moving on, and there's no coming back. And you're like, there's no argument. You're not going to play me for a fool again. Let's look at their intentions, okay? Can I get intentions for this person? So you're like, no, not going back to that. It's a hard decision for you. It was hard for me to read that. Sorry. It took me, 30 minutes to get through that. But what is this person's intentions with the return? Okay. Their intentions. Oh my God. Did that fall out of the deck before and I didn't see it? The 7 of Swords. That's why, I'm never going to fall for that again. Remember that 7 of Swords here? Their deceptiveness. In the After Tarot deck, the person almost steps into the trap again. You come real close to saying yes. I mean, you come real close. And then you're like, nope, not going to do that again. And you do it in a very emotionally detached way. The 7 of Swords is Aquarius. Aquarius is the king and queen of detachment. And you're just like a hard no. 3 cards of advice, not advice. 3 cards for this person's intention. Trying to rope you back in again. You're like, nope. 1 more shuffle. Thank you. Their intentions. Knight of Pentacles. That's what they're offering you. 5 of Cups. Wanting to come back. Strength card. Bottom of the deck. 9 of Swords. Page of Cups. And Justice. There's an apology here. Their intention is to provide you with an apology, hoping that that will stop an ending. 5 of Cups is the first decan of Scorpio. Scorpio is the death card. So there's something here of wanting to come in. They're taking action. Knight of Pentacles is 3rd decan of Aries. Aries is taking action, right? Emperor energy. 2nd decan of Taurus, so it's tangible. This person's going to want to see you in person or meet with you in person. It's not a text message type of thing. They're hoping to get back together with you. That's the hope. Why? Why? 1 more shuffle. Thank you. Why? Ace of Cups. Ace of Swords. The World card. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Wands, because whatever they went towards ended. Didn't go as they thought it would. The replacement wasn't a great replacement. They thought the grass was greener. Suddenly now they have this breakthrough moment of, oh my God, I can't lose you. I thought the grass was greener. The grass wasn't greener at all. 4 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. If you were to go back, okay? If you were to go back, tarot is just for entertainment purposes, although I'd like to see it as more of a spiritual guide for our journeys, but you take it how it resonates. If you were to go back, I was going to say next 30 days. 6 of Wands, 8 of Swords, short-lived victory of I'm back with this person, and then you start worrying. Are they undermining me again? They're the doubts, the fears, the anxieties, They all start to creep in. Did I make a mistake? Oh my God, maybe I shouldn't have done this. Very, very short-lived victory. Might feel good for the first month, Cancer season. As you near Leo season, you're like, holy shit, what did I do? Six of Wands is Leo energy. So by the time you get to the middle of July, you're like, oh my God, I don't think I did the right thing. Queen of Cups. I don't think I did the right thing. I think I made this decision for all the wrong reasons. Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. I'm just going to say that if you do go back, if you do give them a chance, it's not going to last. I have to be honest. By July, you're putting up your defenses. You're guarding yourself against this person. And as for this person, you can't make it up. As for this person, remember I said within 1 month, Lovers to the Seven of Swords. They're either back with the other person, they're cheating on you again. There's betrayal here. There's deception. Someone's trying to win at all cost. Okay, this person is right back to their old ways, whoever they are. Eight of Wands, and you find out about it very quickly. Within 8 days of them engaging in the behavior, you're aware of it again. Take the messages how they resonate. 3 cards of advice. We'll close it out with some oracle cards and some kippers. So, heartbreaking decision here for you, or emotionally difficult decision here for you. It looks like you're a no. You're okay with being a no. When they come back in again, they do pull on your heartstrings. You give it serious contemplation. And from there, it looks like you're a hard no. Especially when we get into July. You're like, no, not doing this again. And you're right. If that's your decision, you're right. Because it looks like whatever they did to you, they were going to do it again within the first 30 days. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Basic advice for June. Okay. Star, continue focusing on your healing. Chariot, keep moving forward. Don't look back. Fool card, go right towards your new beginning. Bottom of the deck, Magician. Manifest now the job you want, the community group you want, the type of business or business partner you want, the type of romantic love interest you want. Maybe for right now, you just want to manifest on healing. You have 4 major arcana cards. If you choose to not make this U-turn and go back, the universe has your back 110% on this. Magician, Lovers, and the Ace of Wands. For some of you, if this is a romantic partner, there might be relocation here. If you shared a residence, might be relocation by the time you get to Virgo season of this year, your season. Okay, that is what I have for you. Let's close it out now with some oracle cards and kippers. So your advice for June, continue focus on your healing. Keep moving forward. Don't look back. No U-turns. And believe that you can do this without this person, that you can find better without this person. The universe is trying to hand you a new beginning. You don't have to take it. I always say aces and tarot are like exits on a highway. We don't have to take every single one. But I think what you're realizing here is the car's on E and you're going to get off on the exit. But again, I'm not telling you anything you don't know if this is your reading. Can we get 3 cards here for Virgo, please, for June? One more shuffle. Thank you. Growth, self-awareness, patience, bottom of the deck, vision. Yes. I'll read these to you in a second. 3 more cards here for Virgo, please. One more shuffle. Thank you. New dawn. Told you that 10 of Swords. New dawn, new day. Whispering winds. Dancing flames, bottom of the deck, enchanted harp. What do we have here, my love? Growth. Root yourself for personal growth and self-improvement. Self-awareness. Understand your inner needs and your true feelings. We see you doing that when you're going into the High Priestess energy there to tap into your intuition. Patience. Beautiful things take time. Let yourself grow stronger in the waiting. Yeah, whatever this is here for you that's closing out. I know people don't want to hear it. This person was a really good effing teacher. And I know that we don't want to hear that when we're going through it. But you are a different Virgo now as a result of this betrayal. And maybe in the past you stuck your head in the sand or you ignored the red flags. This person helped you grow a relational spine that you did not have previously. I think you let a lot of people walk all over you, Virgo. I don't think that's going to happen ever again. Not with this person, not with other people. New dawn, a new day brings fresh opportunities. Seize the new moment. You're doing that. Whispering wind. Change is in the air. Embrace the breeze of transformation. Dancing flames. Celebrate your passion and let your enthusiasm shine. I would be excited for my new beginning. I know that's difficult to say when someone's going through it, but the worst is over. The worst is over. Vision. Look to the future with foresight and make wise choices. Enchanted harp. Let music heal your soul. Express your creativity. So for some of you, music will help. Possibly learning a new musical instrument. Going out with friends. That might be beneficial to you as well. Let's get 6 skipper cards to close it out. 2 for the top row, please, for Virgo. We have privileged lady. Could be privileged man. I don't read body parts. And despair. Okay, so this is the separation in this connection between you and this person. Change. Some of you are relocating. For me, that's a relocation card within the next 9 months. Thoughts. So this is when this person, they kind of do that U-turn, right? They come back around again. I do think that you give it considerable thought. 2 final cards here. Marriage and bad health. So whatever partnership this was, again, could be a marriage for some of you. Could be a soul contract, business contract. Again, whatever relationship this was for you, it's in bad health. It's in failing health. I think it has been this way for quite some time. We have message of concern. Message. This person is not going to stop contacting you, okay, in June. There seems to be like repeated stuff. Look at that unexpected income. They're expecting you to accept the Ace of Pentacles, that apology that they're giving you. They just think that you're going to take it, like that you're so eager for it. Main male, mature man. Well, you're different. You're different now. You're a lot more, look at that, older, wiser, smarter than you were the last time they tried to swindle you. I see you saying no to this. Some of you are definitely relocating over the course of the next 3 to 6 months, 9 months at the most. That is what I have for you at this time. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that on your mobile device. And until I read for you again, be gentle with yourself. And as always, I'm sending you light, love, and peace.